PSA Group purchase of Opel and Vauxhall completed with new financial company. The PSA Group, which makes Citroën, DS and Peugeot cars, has completed its purchase of the Vauxhall and Opel brands. Final details on carrying across and combining the company's financial arms, Opel Bank, Opel Financial Services, and Vauxhall Finance, with collaboration from financial giant BNP Paribas. The newly acquired financing company of Vauxhall and Opel will sit alongside the existing PSA Financing arm, Banque PSA Finance. Around £8.4 billion of finance was tied up in the Vauxhall and Opel financing companies at the end of last year. The £1.9 billion deal consists of GM's Opel, Vauxhall subsidiary and GM Financial's European operation, valued at £1.2 billion and £800 million respectively. The move, which was first announced in March, makes PSA the second biggest selling car group in Europe after Volkswagen. Enlarged PSA now has a 17% share of the European market. Following the announcement this morning, PSA said it will present a detailed business plan for Vauxhall and Opel in early November and added that the intention was to return to the two brands to profit. Last year, they lost £200 million. In a statement, PSA said its intention for Vauxhall and Opel was to generate a positive operational free cash flow by 2020 as well as an operating margin of 2% by 2020 and 6% by 2026. 4 PSA executives will join the Opel leadership team, which is led by Chief Executive Michael Lohscheller. There is no word on the future of Vauxhall's two UK factories in Luton and Ellesmere Port. A Vauxhall spokesman told Autocar it was business as usual at the moment. PSA Group boss Carlos Tavares said, "We are witnessing the birth of a true European champion today. We will assist Opel and Vauxhall's return to profitability and aim to set new industry benchmarks together. We will unleash the power of these iconic brands and the huge potential of its existing talents. Opel will remain German, Vauxhall will remain British. They are the perfect fit to our existing portfolio of French brands." Lohscheller said Opel is eager to build the business plan with PSA's support, and added that the economies of scale and synergies in purchasing, manufacturing and R&D could help the new group to save an estimated £1.5 billion each year. A much leaner management structure will be implemented, said Lohscheller. "We are reducing complexity and increasing speed. I am looking forward to shaping the next chapter of Opel, Vauxhall with the new management team and leading our company into a successful future. The owners and the employees will not be the only ones to benefit from ever stronger Opel and Vauxhall brands, our customers will do so too." This confirmation follows the announcement last month that the European Union's antitrust authority unconditionally approved PSA's plans to buy Opel and Vauxhall, concluding that the transaction would raise no competition concerns. The PSA Group sold 3.5 meters cars globally last year and Vauxhall, Opel sold 1 meter. PSA has previously said the decision allowed it to support worldwide profitable growth, while General Motors, current owners of the Vauxhall, Opel brands, said it advances GM's transformation and unlocks shareholder value through disciplined capital allocation. In a press release confirming the purchase in March, PSA Group boss Carlos Tavares said PSA would respect existing brand identities and help accelerate Opel's turnaround, referring to its recent struggles. Last year, it lost £200 million. "We are proud to join forces with Opel, Vauxhall and are deeply committed to continuing to develop this great company and accelerating its turnaround. We respect all that Opel/Vauxhall's talented people have achieved as well as the company's fine brands and strong heritage. We intend to manage PSA and Opel, Vauxhall capitalizing on their respective brand identities. Having already created together winning products for the European market, we know that Opel, Vauxhall is the right partner. We see this as a natural extension of our relationship and are eager to take it to the next level. We are confident that the Opel, Vauxhall turnaround will significantly accelerate with our support, while respecting the commitments made by GM to the Opel, Vauxhall employees," continued Tavares. Opinion: Is Brexit and Dieselgate the reason behind GM's decision to sell? GM boss Mary Barra said at the time. For GM, this represents another major step in the ongoing work that is driving our improved performance and accelerating our momentum. We are reshaping our company and delivering consistent, record results for our owners through disciplined capital allocation to our higher return investments in our core automotive business and in new technologies that are enabling us to lead the future of personal mobility. We believe this new chapter puts Opel and Vauxhall in an even stronger position for the long term, and we look forward to our participation in the future success and strong value creation potential of PSA through our economic interest and continued collaboration on current and exciting new projects. Collaboration between the two firms is likely to include use of electrification technologies and existing supply agreements for Holden and certain Buick models. PSA may also source fuel cell systems from the GM-Honda joint venture. Opel, Vauxhall will also continue to benefit from intellectual property licenses from GM until its vehicles convert to PSA platforms over the coming years. This suggests that as Opel, Vauxhall models come to the end of their current life, for example, the Astra is due to be replaced in 2021, vehicles will move on to PSA platforms. If this is the case, then current production cycles would be maintained, and this would ensure both Opel, Vauxhall plants in the UK were safe until at least 2021. We believe the only thing that really protects our employees in each brand is their ability to be at the right level of performance, added Tavares, suggesting UK plants could survive if performance continues to grow. He added, "We do not need to shut down any plants. If you look at the track record of PSA over the last few years, the numbers being the improvement of efficiency of our plants, it is a fact to say that since I took the helm of PSA we did not close any plants." He added that he would improve efficiency of GM plants, but did not elaborate further. Meanwhile, Tavares told investors and analysts that a so-called hard Brexit could create an opportunity for PSA if it kept the two UK-based Vauxhall, Opel plants. Vauxhall, Opel was prevented until now to sell overseas, said Tavares. There is an export potential opportunity for us. There is also the Brexit and the risk and the opportunity to have inside of the UK some manufacturing plants in case we have a hard Brexit. All of this represents opportunities we want to tackle. Car makers fear that leaving the European market will result in applied tariffs for exporting and importing vehicles to Great Britain. If Peugeot were to have a car plant in Britain, it would overcome such tariffs. Talking on the subject of Brexit, he added, "Nobody knows how it is going to unfold. Either it's hard or it's soft. If it is soft, we are all on performance. Maybe an opportunity will be strengthened by the weakness of the pound. If it is a hard Brexit, perhaps it will be an opportunity to source the UK from the UK, keep entire production chain in UK to remove import costs, so that the cost structure will be more in pounds." Meanwhile, Barra blamed Brexit for Vauxhall/Opel's precarious position. "It's clear the team, Vauxhall, Opel, would have hit the target to break even in 2016 had it not been for Brexit. Opel has previously said Brexit cost it about £536 million last year, taking it into an overall loss." Commenting about the sale, UK Business Secretary Greg Clark said, "Vauxhall has a long history of success in this country and we are determined to see that continue. The government welcomes the assurance by PSA that they will respect the commitments made by GM to Vauxhall's employees and pensioners. We will continue to engage and work with PSA in the weeks and months ahead to ensure these assurances are kept and will build on the success of both sides for the long term." The purchase includes all of Opel/Vauxhall's automotive operations, comprising Opel and Vauxhall brands, 6 assembly and 5 component manufacturing facilities, 1 engineering center and approximately 40,000 employees. GM will retain an engineering center in Torino, Italy, which is a diesel powertrain R&D center and home to the so-called Whisper diesel. PSA will not take any liability for existing Opel, Vauxhall pensions, which has been a major point of contention given GM's major pension deficit. All of Opel/Vauxhall's European and UK pension plans, with the exception of some minor plans which will be transferred to PSA, will remain with GM. GM will pay PSA £2.7 billion to settle the transferred pension obligations for these minor plans. How the sale could impact on Vauxhall's UK manufacturing plants. Prime Minister Theresa May has previously spoken with Tavares about Vauxhall's UK plants, as well as a shared desire to protect and promote the jobs associated with them, according to a government spokesperson. However, there is still uncertainty over the implications on UK jobs given Tavares' confirmation of a cost-cutting plan to bring economies of scale. If the current production cycles stay in place, one of Vauxhall's UK plant, Ellesmere Port, is secure for the current generation of Astra production, which will run until 2021. The other, in Luton, which builds the Vivaro van, would be safe until 2024 under these conditions. How PSA could make Opel profitable again. The future of the plant, as well as Vauxhall's other factory in Luton, has been under scrutiny after the news that PSA, the owner of Peugeot, Citroën DS, was interested in taking a majority stake in Vauxhall and its European equivalent Opel. With plants across Europe running at 80% capacity and Vauxhall planning to introduce two new SUVs this year, the Crossland X and Grandland X, it would not be feasible to move production of the Astra model to another European factory in the short to mid-term. However, if the deal goes ahead, future Astra models can be put on the same platform as Peugeot's 308 hatchback, at which point the car could be built elsewhere. With the current generation Astra expected to sell for at least 4 more years, this suggests Ellesmere Port will continue in its current capacity until at least 2021. What happened last time Peugeot bought a car company? GM's Vauxhall plants in Ellesmere Port and Luton together employ 4,500 staff, while thousands more work in Vauxhall's UK showrooms and supply chain. Similar fears exist in Germany with the Opel brand. However, PSA has previously said Opel will remain a German company if the takeover is completed, and reports suggest PSA boss Carlos Tavares could keep the current management structure of Opel in place. Even prior to the sale to PSA, Opel's European boss Carl Thomas Newman is believed to have created a plan to reinvent Opel and Vauxhall as an all-electric car brand by 2030, with models based around the modular electric car platform used for the Chevrolet Bolt. In a letter to Opel and Vauxhall,